Prakash. I'm the placement advisor from Humber College Lakeshore campus, and I do the career management course and the placement component for the postgraduate students. So we've been dealing with 1 million acts of innovation, and most of our programs have a mandatory internship component. So I deal with the business students of global business marketing management, and all the students, some of them take up projects that come from about 1 million acts, and then they go back to the clients to deliver and problem solve whatever issues that might be there. So that's our relationship with Timor, and I think we've been going on for the last 2 years. It's been 2 years. Now, one of the things that really worked well in marketing the concept of 1 million acts was we had Timor come into the classroom to talk about these projects to the students. That really helped. I think that came up recently in the discussions where how do we market this to the students, and one of the biggest thing is to let them know that there are projects that are available. And I think the next thing that needs to be done is to go a step further than just not involve students in the problem solving process or in the case study method, but to move them to the network ahead once the project is done, to say, okay, now that you've dealt with this, you've solved this problem, you've got these different issues resolved, here's your connection into the industry to see how you can, in the end, the students is about how do I get into that job market. That's the main concern. As a placement advisor, unpaid internships, Humber has a combination. If you are in an undergrad program, you have to do paid, but if you're a postgraduate, you can do an unpaid or a paid. So we do give the business school students the flexibility of doing what is available. We also have a lot of international students that come into it. That being said, the strength of the international students is that they're very technically competent. When they come, they've done an engineering program, and they're very technically, highly technical. And they are the big ones that Timor really picks up and says, okay, I've got the skill set that I need, so these students will be useful. So then what's more important that comes up is that in the future is how do you move from that level of, okay, I have this project, this case that they will be dealing with, and then they move on to what's called as the actual job market. How is this going to lead me to the next job? How is this going to throw me into the market? So typically in line, so I was listening to all that conversation that was going on, and you're all right there as employers because you are the focus market that is going to be looking and identifying that generation that's coming out of the market. So ideas were all pretty much on the target, very good. So it was encouraging to hear these different views come out. And I think right now with what Timor is planning, especially with the case competitions or any other name that you're going to be calling it in future, we have to move the next step because rightly said, there's a cap coming on unpaid internships. They're closing down on that. So, and it's nice to see that the realization is not only coming from the ministry side or from the federal provincial government, but it's also coming from the employer's point of view because they've gone through those experiences of having done unpaid. So okay, we're ready to give you something. Even with the WSIB, now the coverage, things have been changing. So it's interesting to see all the changes that are coming up, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more to look at. Any other questions that you people have in particular about the programs? I deal with the business program in the postgraduate.